and starts now with Otis and Amy and some truly life-changing technology.
We're talking bionics, or how technology can help the human body.
During the 20th century, advances were slow and many people still used crude equipment that had barely changed in decades.
Recently, though, there have been groundbreaking developments, including this thought-controlled robotic leg and cochlear implants that let the deaf hear.
He's back on again.
Hi! Good. Did you hear that? Hi, sweetie.
Amy and I are on the road in the UK and USA to see what else the future holds.
Right now, it's a very exciting time for prosthetics in particular. There are a few small companies out there that have been developing some new technology, and it's shaping the whole future of the industry. Open Bionics in Bristol is among the first in the world to 3D print prosthetic hands, and in fact have just won the 2015 prestigious James Dyson Award for Engineering Design.
Usually, like currently in the prosthetics industry, it takes quite a long time to get a custom device, maybe like at least 12 weeks. It takes 24 hours at the minute for us to print a hand. So yeah, the speed is definitely a plus point.
As well as faster production times, 3D printing gives users a much wider choice of colours and styles. And as 3D printers become more common, it will be possible to print your own hand at home.
Meanwhile, over in the US, I was about to get an equally remarkable glimpse of our bionic future. Lots of companies like to claim their technologies are life-changing. This is one company that can definitively say that. I'm at Second Sight in California, who have developed a product called the Argus 2 that gives blind people their vision back. It's been Dr. Greenberg's lifelong project.
So the concept is that we have a pair of glasses that has a video camera, and that information from that video camera is wirelessly transmitted into an implant in these patients' eyes that actually restores vision to patients that are completely blind.
The tiny implant is created in a sterile room to prevent infection. And it needs to be developed under specially coloured light due to its incredible sensitivity.
So Otis, this is the Argus 2 implant,
Yep.
and this silicone ball here is meant to be the eye,
Yep.
and it wraps around the eye. The electronics are in this little can, and this part actually goes inside the eye. This very delicate electrode array actually sits inside the eye, and it sounds horrific when you first think, but in fact it's the width of a human hair, and there's no pain receptors in the back of the eye. So once this is implanted, the patient can't feel it, you can't see it looking at the person, their eye looks completely normal.
The craftsmanship is exquisite, so it's no surprise to hear that it costs £92,000.
At Open Bionics in Bristol, they wanted their prosthetic hands to be affordable, so developed an incredibly efficient production process.
I'm gonna press scan.
First, a 3D scan of a user's arm is taken. This creates an accurate computer model, which tells the 3D printer exactly what shape is required.
At the minute, the advanced bionic hands can cost up to £80,000, £90,000. So we really want to create a low-cost version that is for the masses. So we're currently aiming for £2,000.
Oh, wow, okay.
You'd have to be super rich to have a bionic hand.
What's more impressive is that its functions are comparable to bionic hands, which are much more expensive. I got to see this in action with Daniel, who was picking up his new hand from the lab.
First impressions?
Pretty awesome, as always. I'm always impressed with these guys. So every time I come here, there's something new, and I'm always fascinated by it.
So tell me how it actually works.
So the EMG sensors are picking up Dan's muscle activity. So Dan is like squeezing and flexing his muscles in his arm, and in turn is telling the hand what to do. So depending on how Dan is squeezing his muscles, he can command the fingers to move differently.
The wiring of this prototype will be hidden in the final product, but it was clear how impressed Dan was with his new hand.
I can't stop playing around with it, so that's why I keep
I can
opening
see
and
the
closing
excitement
it.
on your face. I can see, you know, it's going to change people's lives.
In the US, I got to meet a lucky user as well. Terry was totally blind for 10 years before being fitted with an Argus. What level of detail can you see at?
What it is, it's like a flickering light. I mean, is it real vision like you can see? No, but it's the kind of vision that if you use it the right way, it can be immensely helpful.
The camera mounted in Terry's glasses wirelessly sends video to his retinal implant. Terry's brain interprets the shapes and light in the video to give him a representation of what the camera sees.
You can put these glasses on, and these obviously look very different than Terry's glasses.
Yes.
But we'll show you what Terry sees.
I can definitely register silhouettes and movement. Over time, a user will learn how these images represent reality.
I'm looking up at your face right there.
Yep.
And it's a white flickering light.
Okay.
I can scan from side to side and see the edge of your face.
Yep.
Okay. And down here on your tank top, there's some kind of light printed material.
Yep.
That's there. It's a reason I say it's printed because if it was dark or light, there wouldn't be any movement to it like there is
okay.
now.
Yep.
And down here, it's in your lower half, it appears as a contrast color to me, dark. And but definitely there's some printed stuff on that shirt.
Let's not forget that Terry was totally blind. That's amazing. The future of bionics is indeed bright.